Yeah, my guest is here and I'm ready to have this conversation. I'm just waiting for her to connect and we're going to be doing this. Hello, Queen.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm just tired. I had a long day today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Hopefully
Okay.
this will energize you just a little bit and you'll be able to rest, with a heart that's just pumping love or just receiving love. Can you tell, Guti, I'm so excited to be having this conversation with you.
I can tell. I can tell.
I'm super excited. I'm like super excited. I love these Wednesday conversations. They give insight into people's lives because there's a lot of people that are doing amazing things like you.
Thank you.
So yeah, I love simple stories. I love unstructured things where we just relax, we share, we are just on common ground and we just relate. We just relate. The platform is mainly for females, but I don't close out any men. If men want to come, join, and enjoy the conversation and listening, it's okay. But this platform is for females, and yeah. So we're pushing that agenda. Good evening to everyone. Thank you for joining. Yeah, we are delayed today because we are respectful to the president and we wanted to hear what the president had to say to us this evening. So my guest this evening is the awesome, the talented Sizakele. Other people on Instagram know her as Her Mentality. She's an author, guys. She's a mental health activist. She's a body positivity activist. That is why she's here today. She does amazing things, and she's a poet. The part that I love about her work is that she's a poet, and so therefore that means she's able to heal people through words. So I'm just excited to be having this conversation. Thank you for joining us. So, Caesar, I take it you were listening to the president. Are you excited about level 1?
Yes, I was, and I'm so happy. Yes.
What does it mean?
I have been waiting for level 1 for so long.
Really? What does it mean for you? What's going to be different?
Hello? This line is so bad. Let me do something quickly.
Okay. Hi everyone, thank you for joining. See, that's just busy.
The general network or my network, so I was just checking something. Yo,
okay.
What level 1 means for me is traveling.
All right. Where are you going? Where's the first place you're going to?
So, baby and I want to go to either Kenya or go to Maldives. So we'll see.
Can I be your bag lady? Can I carry your luggage? Can I just carry your luggage?
No, it's just for 2 people, this one.
I'll carry the bags and be a photographer. You won't be able to do you don't want a personal photographer.
Nope.
Okay. No, that's exciting. I'm also excited about level 1. But Mina, people can go ahead and call me a prophet. I've always said that we're going to be on lockdown level 1 in October. And I've always said that I've been on lockdown level 5. And I said my lockdown level 5 is going to end on the 1st of October.
So you've been strict with the rules until now?
Yeah, I have. I really have.
Hi, Siabong.
Yeah, it could mean 2 things. It could mean I'm brave or I'm like a coward because I don't want COVID.
Whatever works for you works.
Yeah. All right, let's kick it in. I see that there's a lot of people joining in, and I know that they are super ready to be hearing from you. And I want to start off with COVID-19. I know because I follow you. I know you contracted the virus and you have a story to tell in that regard. I don't want you to tell the whole thing and how you got sick and where you got it from. What I want to know from you is what's the most important thing that experience taught you?
I think COVID, this experience on its own, the fact that we're in a global pandemic, taught me to deal with myself, because I wasn't going to work. I stay alone,
Yeah.
and I couldn't go out as much as I wanted to go out. I was extra paranoid. So it just meant most of the times I was in my head. So it literally needed me to clear up space in the head, to just
Yeah.
make sure with whatever I think is not detrimental to my own being. Yeah.
Yeah, because
And
we
of
can get
course,
consumed. Yeah.
I got the COVID. So that terrified me for a few hours. But I dealt with it. Yeah. The best way
Is it
possible.
is it is it also true that beyond what physically happens to you when you have COVID-19, it messes with your mental state or your mental health? Is that true? Was that true for you?
Not for me. Honestly, like, for the fact that I was just scared because I'm a scared baby, because I didn't want to die, but it just meant for me that I had to be more cautious with what I take into my body.
Yeah.
Really, for me, well, maybe for someone else it's different, because for me, I see my therapist every other week. So
Oh,
I never really felt like I had reached like a mental knock because of the fact that I had contracted COVID.
okay. So you were
Yeah.
above board. So yeah, of course, as a mental health activist, you would be on top of things in that regard. Am I
I
right?
had to. I had to.
Yeah.
I had to. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant stuff. So would you tell what are you always in your mind? Because you were saying that it meant lockdown meant that you are more in your mind. Talk to
I'm
me about that.
always in my head, like, if, like, I would be talking to Ulanga, and then suddenly I change the topic because I'm already thinking about something else.
Yeah.
And my mind goes, like, it works overtime. We'd be sitting and I want to write something, but we're watching something, and then I tell her, please, please, just you want to send me for like a minute because I'm trying to finish up this poem. I'm always sitting in my head. Always. The only
Is that
time I try escape my head is if I'm running or I'm literally like actively busy with something.
is that healthy though? Is that healthy?
It's how I am. It's how I'm wired.
Is that now who you are as a person, or is that who you are as a poet?
It's
Because
who I am as a
words are your thing.
person. It's who I am as a person, as a creative. Ooh, it's just who I am. I'm an expressive person who thinks a lot of things at once, who feels a lot of things at once. Yeah.
True. That's very interesting. So for you, you're not firing at all cylinders when you don't have a lot of things going on in your mind.
Mm.
Hmm.
I don't
All right.
remember. Literally, I think the only time my mind, and even like, it's not even like bad things that my mind's always busy about. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the silliest person in the world. Like, I will be thinking this, planning this, blah, 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 blah. Also, like, I even think my actual job, it allows me to sit in my head a lot. I'm forecasting, I'm a demand planner, so I'm always thinking scenarios, how to fix problems, how to resolve the current situation. So, Nje, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Okay. All right. No, good enough. Good enough. Let's get to the meat of our discussion.
Yeah.
Rona, as Redefining Beauty SA, we are a self-love and body positivity movement.
Yeah.
We strive to be very inclusive. So
Yeah.
we more on body appreciation
Yeah.
rather than being descriptive in terms of being advocates for body positivity. So I want to hear from you, because I know you are a body positivity activist.
Yeah.
What's your definition? There's been a lot of debate around this in the past 2 weeks around body positivity belonging to a certain group of people and others owning it and how it started. So I want to hear from you. What is your definition of body positivity, and how long have you been an activist?
That your last question would assume that there was a point where I do not love my body. So I don't think that's the case. For me, body positivity means feeling good, or rather embracing and accepting who you are as you are at that moment. It changes. It's a work in progress. There are days, body positivity is not weight. It's not how much you weigh on the scale. It's not what you look like in the mirror. It's what you feel like inside. I believe, that when you feel good inside, it exudes ngaphandle, And as to how long have I been an activist, like I said, it would assume that there was a point where I did not embrace myself, Maybe now I embrace myself loudly than I would in the past because I speak about it and I write about it. But there's never been a time where I'd physically and emotionally wanted to not be uSiza. Yes, I'd aspire to be other girls, blah, 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 because maybe at that time I felt like they were prettier than me. They spoke bigger words than me. They wrote better than me. But at the core, I had never desired to be someone else but uSiza.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Much like you've been, I'm assuming you've been a poet all your life, so you've always been an activist. It's just that now you have a platform
correct.
of a broader experience. Am I right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. So you are a lesbian woman, right? So I'm curious to know about your experience when it comes to beauty and body image. And I saw you posted because I love your hair, just by the way. That crown. So, and I saw you posted pictures from 2010 and you are looking different. Talk to me about beauty and body image.
My queerness has got nothing to do with the way that I look right now. Or that I look the way that I look then, because even in that picture I was very queer, I was dating my first girlfriend at that time, and that's the look that resonated with me then, but I don't think there are any different rules of body positivity in the queer industry, if I could call it an industry, because that would mean that we are separated as people. I'm this thing as a human. I'm this. Maybe basically it would be to say, as a human, I obliged by these rules, but then as queer, I obliged by the other rules. Like I'm an overall person, and there is no set of rules of body positivity in the queerness, or rather in my queerness, that is not in my whole humanness type of thing.
So would you say to me, with queerness, as you call it, for some people there's a coming out stage. There's some people who the term coming out of the closet kind of vibe, and there's people that who know at a certain time that no, this is not me. I do not associate with this. I want to represent myself as this. So for you, would you say all of your life you've just been a comfortable person in who you are, and was there transitioning? That's what I'm asking, to say have you always known that you're queer and you've always projected and portrayed yourself in that way, and you've never had issues? Because what I'm pretty much asking is, you spoke about desiring other women or wanting to be like other women, but have you always been confident and comfortable in who you are?
No, but that is not because of my queerness. Do you understand what I mean? I have had my own issues as uSiza, not as uSiza who's lesbian, right? So yes, I've had issues with myself that maybe I still have now. However, my issues are Siza issues, not Siza the lesbian issues. And yes, there are other lesbians who want to conform rather to a certain look because they feel more inclined to a certain type of energy. For me, I am in skirts, I'm in dresses, I'm in chinos, like whatever, I just dress more. I think in the last 2 years, I have worn more pants than I have in my entire existence, but because I just felt comfortable in pants now than I did in the past. But my change of dressing, or my flexibility or fluidity of the way I dress literally is just because of what I feel like at that time.
Yeah, so you've been that free. That's so
Yes.
wonderful to know. You've
Yeah.
been that free.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me about the LGBTQ community. Is is body shaming, because it's a sort of a secluded kind of community. I know from the outside looking in as a heterosexual person, it seems like such a loving space, welcoming space, is there body shaming within that community? Can you share some insight in terms of that?
The body shaming is nothing. Every struggle that I may have experienced with body like shaming is not because people are queer. People are just like that. I've not really experienced something specifically because I'm lesbian. I'm not talking about men groping my ass and things like that. Sorry for the language and things like that. But in my space and in my queer space, there's not been body shaming specifically because someone is queer, type of thing. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Let me phrase it differently.
Yeah.
In if you're just judging females on just being female, and women on beauty, there is the hourglass figure, there's the big bums figure, there's the you must have a flat tummy, there's certain stereotypes that exist when we talk beauty, sexiness, and whatever related to women. In the community, or in the queer community, is there things like that are stereotypical? And if you do not subscribe to that, because there's this stereotype or notion that I also maybe have, that people that in the queer space are flamboyant, for instance. Is that a thing?
Well, I exist mostly amongst the lesbians who are femme representing, and who have like more feminine energies, and others that have more masculine energies. So flamboyance is mostly in my experience, with the gay guys, and of course we all have preferences. It's not body shaming if I prefer my girls a certain way, and if someone, for instance, I know that there are girls who wouldn't date me because of the way that I look, because maybe they don't date girls who look like boys sometimes, and that's just a preference, I know that for me, there are type of lesbians, I like my girls girly type of thing, and so that's a preference. I'm not gonna change my roles just okay, well, the heart can decide sometime one day to, God forbid, to fall in love for someone not within my box, but I like girls who look a certain way. I like girls who wear their hair a certain way. I like girls who do certain things, blah blah blah, but it's more like a preference than like to say, hey, angibafuni labo. No, I don't have any problem with anyone else, but I prefer this kind of girl over the other girl.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you. It's a preference thing. Yeah. Okay, let's leave the community. Have you, as Caesar, as a lesbian, been shamed across? No, never mind. The queer community or the LGBTQ community. As Caesar, the lesbian, do you have scars? Do you have battle scars when it comes to body shaming?
Well, people would call me fat growing up, and it would hurt me, but not anymore. Like growing up, because I was still also very much learning myself, there was this time I was with my friends, and there's this girl that I'd been wanting, right? This girl is so pretty, so pretty. And so I asked my friend, like, okay, I'm very shy. Like, if you meet me in person, you'll actually see how shy I am. So this girl, this other friend of mine, like, okay, Shab, I'm gonna go speak to her for you, just to like, maybe they can come hang with us, blah blah blah. So she goes and she says, so I'm literally like, maybe I'm sitting here, and then they're like about like 10 steps away from us. You know? So my friend goes and she's like, my friend. So it was myself, our other friends, and then the friend had gone there. But at that time, I was still very insecure about myself. So I would not. I was the person who disappeared in the crowd, type of thing, right?
Yeah.
So my friend goes to this girl, and then she's like, my friend is asking for your number, right? I sharp girl turns around. She's like, which one? Yo. And then my my friend points at me. Apparently the girl was like, no, thank you.
Okay. No questions asked.
And it hurt me. I'm like, what was wrong with me? You know, like,
Yeah.
because she clearly is into girls, but not me. You know, I was like, it's because of the way that I look, the way that I'm dressed, you know, the fact that I'm shy, I don't stand out, you know. And it literally, like, I have not, like I'm telling it now, I remember that day like it was yesterday, you know. And I see this girl sometimes, I'm like, I wish I could tell. I'm like, oh my gosh. There's one Dimaza, babes. But it was her preference.
It is. I think it's a preference thing.
Yeah.
But do you know, before I get to a question that someone asked here, do you now exhibit a different energy? Because you're talking about how you would get into a room and, you know, you just draw back. Are you now exhibiting a different energy? Is your power felt when you step in your room now, even still as a shy person?
I don't think there was a point where my power was not felt. I think I was not aware of my power.
Okay.
You know, like now I walk into a space and my head is held high. You know, before I literally would look down. Like I would be that person. You know, when a person is running, if they look down where they're walking, I used to be that girl. And now, if I'm still shy, I'm still the very shy Caesar, but now I walk in my body, like my upper body is straight, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not looking away, I'm not shying away from conversations, I'm not shying away from anyone. But because I have gotten to know myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ulona, I want to read a few things before I move on to my other question. Tink Jade says, you express yourself quite well, Caesar. And then she says, I also wanted to ask if coming out is important, especially to members of the LGBTIQ community. Is it?
I've got mixed feelings about coming out, right? The other one is like very arrogant, because I'm thinking, are straight people coming out that they're straight, you know? But then I have to remember that our world is still, our parents are still trying to get used to our world. It's not the norm anymore, right? It's not as common as having someone like a heterosexual relationship. So to some extent, or rather, if it matters to you that much, then you must come out. But when you do come out, make sure that you come out in the safest space possible. Just because someone is your family does not mean that they deserve your coming out story. You know, look at, is it safe now? Even if it means coming out to one of your friends, just so you can at least be confident about who you are to one person. I understand that the idea of living in the closet, that it limits you. Like, only you literally are living in two different worlds. There's the one world that knows you fully, then there's another world that is censored to make other people comfortable. So if coming out to you matters to you, make sure it's safe. And don't rush. Don't do these big meetings. Call everyone, all the families know if Batman is coming out. No, start small. If there's someone that you trust in your family, tell them. For a change, I don't want to have to say I'm going to see Tabi if I'm going to see Lendoza. Ooh, Angazman, Ayanda, you know? Have one person you can be honest with them. Build kancane kancane. Do not try to eat an elephant over one day.
You are right. safe space. So the most important thing is safe space, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So I want to know more about your poetry. What do you write most about?
Yo.
What inspires you?
I don't know how to answer that. Because to someone like you, my writing is poetry because it follows the rules of poetry, right? Short, paragraphed, different stanzas, right? It follows the rules of classic poetry. But for me, it's mostly just journaling, you know? So there's no one thing that inspires me. There is no one event that inspires me. It's just sometimes I just feel like writing about a certain thing that maybe I've gone through, that my friends have gone through, that I've heard someone went through, kanjalo kanjalo. So there is no source of inspiration. It's just like whatever is happening in my life at that point in time, or around the people in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Organic.
Yeah.
You are go with the flow
Yeah.
kind of babe.
Yeah.
Tebi saying, give us a poem, let's hear it.
I don't have. It doesn't work like that, guys. It really does not work like that.
Okay, but don't you have like one poem that is like most loved and people are like, that one poem speaks to me? And there's like 1,000 people that are always asking you about that one poem.
It's literally that breathe, not drowning. That's one thing that people cannot stop to preach and praise, literally. But and also like even when I write my work, like I don't even I know my work. Like if I saw my work on someone's page, I'd be like, this is my work because I know the way that I write, I know the way that I speak. But I don't write for memory. For me, it's like taking out. My writing is more like a cleansing. Like I'll sing and blah blah blah. Not good to know I'm actually gonna remember what's poem code. I'm not even a performing poet also. That's why I struggle when people call my work poetry, because there's then this expectation for me to perform, and I'm like, I'm too shy.
Okay.
I don't do
get
performances.
you.
Yeah.
No, you are still okay, not conventional poet, but that is why I refer to you as a wordsmith, not necessarily a poet. Yeah, because you express yourself in written word, which is just amazing. I saw you wrote there's something, I think even that post is what made me say I need to speak to this one. You know, and you had posted a picture and of an exposed belly with stretch marks.
Yeah.
Let's talk to me about that one then. Let's talk about that one. The feelings that go,
So I've lost some weight, over the years, and I realized how much my body changed. I had silver stripes that I was not even aware of, and it took me a while to adjust to that, and even this month I've been feeling unpretty, not because of my weight or anything, but I just feel I'm not connected with myself, in terms of my confidence and blah blah blah, and I just realized that, like, I've been here before. Like, I felt this low about myself before, and I've had stretch marks where people don't have stretch marks, and I have like a belly I would then want to hide, and I got over that. I'm going through now a dip where I don't know, my body's just going through some changes. I don't even know what's happening. Maybe I'm approaching menopause,
No.
So it feels like a strange place to find myself in, I don't know how many times I must text Cares and I'm complaining about how I look and how I'm feeling. It's gonna be like, no, relax, you'll be okay. And I know that, but I'm realizing that the body changes and the love for the body also changes, you know.
Yeah.
I am worried now because I'm gonna be like, oh, I look so ugly today. Look at my pimples, blah blah blah. People don't see that because I see myself with a critical eye, you know, and I'm learning to be less critical of myself, you know. I'm learning to take compliments, you know, to understand that they actually mean it. When they say you're pretty, don't say no, but like with this thing, no, just take it.
Yeah.
You know, thank you. You know, and I shy away from compliments because I'm thinking, what are you talking about? Like, I've got like pimples everywhere. My face is dry, and I'm thinking, then where do you think I'm beautiful? And I'm just learning that now to be just
to take it in.
Yeah.
Shuguti, now where you constantly need to be told, Guti, breathe.
Yes. Yes.
Right?
All the damn time.
Right? Someone is saying something. Ubatabile is saying, hey Caesar, I love your poems and your writing. Where can we get the book of Caesar?
Hey guys, I'm still working on that with COVID. I actually haven't even done much work. Now that we're on level 1, I'm gonna try do more work.
Okay.
I need to find a publisher, or rather have a publisher find me, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay. Batabile, uzwilangit. Coach Skanda saying you're really shy. Somebody, Nika's body saying love from Nigeria. I literally, and then they say I literally meditate on that every day.
Oh,
right.
Thank you.
I think that's an affirmation. I think that's a t-shirt. When we wake up and you open your eyes, you must say, breathe.
Yeah.
You're not drowning. You're alive.
Yeah.
Wow. Love that. You know, words transcend time, transcend a lot of things. I know words are healing. And I love poets. I don't know if I told you that. I love poets. Utepi saying, Ish, we always give ourselves the hardest of time and we really need to breathe. Yeah. There's something else that you were saying, which I'm always I would call it my mantra. And that is why I started this movement. I don't know how much of the movement you know, but this movement started as a photo shoot and a campaign in 2015 just to celebrate the transitions that my body was going through at that time. And in that year, I decided this is the year I love who I am, where I am. This is the year I take professional photographs. Even when I don't have a six-pack, even though I have a muffin top, I'm going to do this thing and I'm going to love myself. So, but what I was saying is that from what you were saying is that I'm trying to teach and teach the ladies in the community, in the redefining community, that we cannot be basing our self-worth on something that is changing. Our bodies are ever changing. Yeah. You know, so we will go through constant depression if we are going to do that. Am I on the mark with that? Because I think I echo what you've just said previously. Yeah. I love that. Love the movement. Our movement is about loving ourselves presently. Like manje, you can't love yourself in the future. You know, we are going through.
It also means we don't. You know, love in a relationship, right? In an intimate relationship, you know, we start off with fire, right? We are crazy about each other, and then we get to learn constant love, you know, the love that is not loud and flamboyant and colorful. We learn love that is quiet, you know. And there are days where you will not fall so much in love with yourself, but at least you don't hate yourself, type of thing. Yeah. You know? There's a difference between, like, people will say things like, yeah, if you loved yourself, you would, like, they try to, there's a lot of things attached to self-love. You know, like, how are you going to find someone love you if you don't love yourself? It's a process. Finding someone else to love you is easier than loving yourself, because no one will ever see you with the same eye that you see yourself. Literally, I've been seeing myself with this eye for the past 33 years. And having to unlearn that takes time. That's why in
Right.
relationships, masokhathele, you leave. You can't leave yourself. You can't leave yourself. And yet you are every single day fighting battles. Other days are better than others, yay. But when it's bad, it's bad. You just need to remember, which, okay, I'm feeling a bit shitty about myself. Tomorrow we try again. And the more intentional you are about not even loving yourself, but embracing who you are. You know, they say, no one says love your flaws. It says embrace your flaws. Because your flaws don't disappear.
Right.
Do you understand?
Right.
If I feel like I may have like a six-pack or whatever, but to me, I still see that seeds I would not have that. So it means trying to understand that you embrace yourself through those flaws.
Yeah.
If your main flaw is that you are short, if that is what you hate about yourself, or rather not dislike about yourself, is that you're short, the day you decide to embrace that does not mean that you're taller.
Yeah.
It means
you've accepted.
Exactly.
Oh, girl. Hey, you are hitting me there. I'm like, my mind is going now. I'm like, that is something that is always preached to us, that we cannot expect for people to love us when we haven't loved ourselves. But yes, what you said is powerful, man. I have to go. I have to go meditate on that. because now I was off that notion, but now, yeah, I've lived with myself. I know things about myself that the other person does not necessarily know. When they meet me, they know me and they know what they know, and they love and appreciate that, but they don't know the full story. That is why they are able to love me and can be able to love me before I love myself. Ooh, I heard that. Ooh, yeah. Utabi is asking a question. Do you think pop culture has had an influence on how you see yourself?
No.
Okay. No. That's an emphatic one, Tabi Uzwil.
No.
Yeah. We don't have a lot of minutes. I think we've got 6 minutes left. So I'm gonna read the last comment and then ask you my last question. Okay. Coach Skanda, self-rejection is what destroys us more than what other people say about us. That's actually very true.
Yeah.
What people say about us affects us temporarily, but when we imbibe that and believe it and it sits in our subconsciousness, that's when it destroys us. That's very true.
Yeah.
Okay. No, let's wrap up. I'm already like thinking, sure, if I ask you what I want to ask you, but
we'll wrap up with it.
No. I will schedule another. You'll be a repeat guest. I'd rather have you as a repeat guest so that we can unpack, because I want us to get more on words. I want us to get more on affirmation. I want you to teach people about journaling. I want us to talk about that. So we will pack it for now, but I'll remember it. Let's just close with this one. As a poet, as an activist, as one who understands herself and has embraced herself, what's the one thing that you want to teach people, especially females?
So I'm still learning myself. Number one, it's a work in progress. I'm learning every day how to love myself better and louder and fuller and love myself without a but, But so what would I say to another female is that all you have is you. Everyone comes and goes. Your children, they come and go. But you stay. You stay. Start believing in your own hype.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're the shit, then you are that, And if, like, I'm not talking about like self-destructive kind of hype. I'm not talking about toxic hype, but healthy stuff. Like, people would like if you depend so much on people to validate you, yo sissy, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Because no, like as much as we believe in true love and everlasting love and endless relationships and friendships, in all of those things, the constant is you.
Yeah.
In all the coming and going of people, you are the only thing that remains. So try as much as you can to focus on yourself, learn yourself. That's all.
Shoo.
And be easy on yourself. Like be less. Yo, like sometimes, like I will hear myself saying the worst of things about myself, like I Caesar, you know. And when and then I'm with the same mouth, I'm praising someone else. I'm thinking, why can't praises begin here? Why is it so hard for me to believe that someone is actually genuinely complimenting me? Yet I want them to believe when I'm complimenting them that actually you are pretty. So why must they believe it if I don't believe it when they say it to me?
You believe it about them, but you struggle to believe it about yourself.
Yes.
Oof. Oof. Girl, sheesh. Yeah, no. No, I don't know if people that are on this call can hear you, but I hear you. And I want to close it off. And I want to close it off on this wonderful point before my mind gets going wild. And I want to summarize by saying, if you did not hear what Caesar just said this past few minutes, she just said, Bona, love yourself, embrace yourself, be kind to yourself, focus on yourself, and become your own hype woman. She said that. Yeah. believe your words about yourself as much as you believe them about others. You are able to see beauty in others, see it in yourself, and speak it on yourself. Right? Am I on the money?
Yeah.
Spot on. Love it. I want to read this last comment before I say thank you, because it sort of encapsulates what I already feel as well. Undishani says, thank you so much for this and the kindness you continually pour out so very generously. There will never be enough thanks that we give. Bless up. Right? There's hands going up. Coach Skanda is saying, thank you for this call, ladies. Thank you. Self-mastery is key. So nami ngiyabonga, ndiyabulela sana. I love you. I love your work. I love your energy. I'm grateful for the time that you have given me and the pearls that you've dropped that I've certainly taken for myself. I represent Redefining Beauty, and you know, we are all about love, we're all about feminine energy. And yeah, I'm here every Wednesday. To everyone that's on the call, I do these conversations every Wednesday, 7 p.m. I interview people as amazing as Caesar. You know, it's always so nice to catch people in their comfort zone so they can drop these pearls. I hope, guys, the recording is available. Every week's recording is available on the platform, Redefining Beauty SA. Follow us. Come have a lovely time with us. We have a photo shoot on the 31st of October, and I'd be so honored if you came, Caesar. Let's talk offline.
Okay, sharp.
Love you, girl. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for having me.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for joining. This was amazing to me.
Thank you.